Turning to the hostage negotiations in the Middle East, Israel is waiting for a response from Hamas about a potential agreement for a pause in fighting and release of some remaining hostages. National correspondent Atra El-Nashar brings us the latest from Washington.
Secretary of State Antony Blinken back in the Middle East. Landing in Riyadh Monday, top of mind as he meets with Saudi leaders, a pending deal between Israel and Hamas that could pause fighting and release some of the roughly 100 remaining hostages, as many as 6 Americans among them.
We cannot, with any clear sense, say the exact number of hostages, but we know that there are many.
As of now, the most viable means to that end appears to be what's being called the Paris proposal.
Hamas understand that basically the only meaningful card that they have right now, the only real leverage that they have, are the hostages.
Ari Perliger, an expert on extremist groups, says Hamas wants these talks, brokered with help from Qatar, Egypt, and the U.S., to mark the final stage of the war. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says he insists on absolute victory. Families of the hostages continue to push Israeli officials to prioritize bringing home their loved ones over the military offensive in Gaza to eliminate Hamas, which has left more than 27,000 dead, according to the Gaza Health Ministry under the Hamas-run government.
It is clear that the threat to their lives is increasing the more time they stay there, and there's plenty of hostages that already were killed. My belief is that they are still being held underground. The pictures that were released shows that the hostages are probably suffering from malnutrition.
White House National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan says the ball, so to speak, is in Hamas's court to respond to the latest hostage release framework. Meanwhile, complicating matters are ongoing clashes in the region between U.S. forces and the Houthis, which, like Hamas, are backed by Iran. In Washington, I'm Atra El-Nashar.